very excited to see this. Big Harry Potter fan. Robbie Coltrane. Hagrid.
I'll be watching it again.
That's so cool, man, sending out Hogwarts letters to them. Oh, wow. Tom Felton, Gary Oldman. That's so cool. Bonnie Wright. Helena Bonham Carter. Yep, they got the whole cast. Well, most of them, I hope. That's so cool. Wow. Nostalgia. Dude, I grew up with the first Harry Potter, like I watched it all the time. Yep, Emma Watson. Griffin. '20th anniversary, return to Hogwarts. Yeah, I think it would be impossible to do something like this without Daniel Radcliffe, you know.
To Harry Potter, the boy who lived.
To Harry Potter.
How are you, so nice to see you.
Oh, Chris Columbus, yep.
This is awesome.
This is incredible.
Yeah.
Last time we were here, you were shorter.
Just very, very slightly. That's kind of you to say.
Daughter Eleanor convinced me to read the books after I refused 3 times. So once Prisoner of Azkaban came out, I
Thank
said...
you, Eleanor.
When the
That's
books
so cool.
came out, the queues of kids round the block. I mean, thousands of them all waiting for the latest one.
And my brother and I just became obsessed. We would just beg him to keep going, and every time he'd finish a chapter, we'd be like, one more, please, just one more, please, one more.
A friend of mine at school.
The new Harry Potter film are looking for children to play the 3 main roles in the multi-million-pound film.
I would have loved to have
Going
been.
to the very first audition. We ended up going over the road and bought 2 identical matching tops. Just off the rack? Just off the rack. They were like, right, they will do. And then off we went.
They'd let us
That's
all
awesome.
kneel,
Made their lives.
To still one gentleman holding a boom mic straight over our heads. And this little girl asked me, what's that? I think he even said, it's a mic, duh. I remember it because it was Emma.
I became completely gripped by the excitement around this audition. I always knew that I was going for Hermione.
We couldn't find Harry. we just couldn't find Harry. And it was getting kind of weird.
One night watching the BBC version of David Copperfield, immediately a light bulb went off in my head and I said, this is Harry Potter. She said, it's never going to happen. His parents do not want him involved in this
Thank
world.
God.
They don't want him to take this role.
They did.
To bring Dan in for an audition, and that's basically when we got our Harry Potter.
What is it?
That's what that is.
What is that?
Dragon egg.
Uh-huh.
I was a very happy kid who had a really haunted quality, apparently. You're really sweet, but you looked like you had real, stuff going on.
It was very emotional, actually, seeing this kid sitting there talking, and I just thought, yep, that's him. Thank God we found him.
I checked this out first term for a bit of light reading. This is light. Shut up. Least 50 points off Gryffindor.
We all feel being back and talking about this.
This is pretty cool.
I feel my age.
But there is such a collection of shared memories and stuff that we just all did together that is immediately very easy to be to sort of slip back into where you were. Oh, cool, so we're announcing you've got the parts. There is now going to be a lot of media outside your house, so you can't go home.
So far,
That'd be crazy to be told as a kid.
I want everyone to feel comfortable. I want everyone to feel like it's a family. I want everyone to feel like they're home.
You can't do that to kids, because kids will they'll get too scared, they'll mess up, and they'll get too sad, then they'll be really nervous, and you don't want that, no. You want to make it comfortable for them to be able to talk and So he was smart when directing. He probably had the hardest time directing Harry Potter, actually, out of all the directors, because they were kids.
I also think that was, again, part of Chris and the whole crew, just like, they kept us having fun the whole time.
Obviously, we were just kids, and we were all looking forward to.
Sorry if the camera shakes. Church is scratching.
Stones, I just learned how to play slam.
You know what we did a lot of as well was that.
Oh my god, so
slaps.
much.
And for the other viewers, get a mouse trap. Darling, don't put it on your nose.
Like a big problem was like throughout a take.
Happy to be in a Harry Potter film that they couldn't contain their excitement long enough to focus on an entire scene. I don't think any of the kids had the capability of understanding the gravity of who they were dealing with at the time.
That was no stranger Hagrid met in the village. It was Snape, which means he knows how to get past Fluffy.
He loved making us laugh, and he was incredibly good at it.
I've tried absolutely everything. I've tried creams, I've tried jellies, I tried...
That like kindness.
I felt like Hagrid was like the heart of the story in some regards.
Well, we spent so much time
together.
I know. I
mean,
I spent more time with you than I did with my own children at
I
one
know,
point.
wild. I know.
I think most of my favourite scenes, if I'm honest, looking back, are with you and the gang in Hagrid's hut.
I keep thinking about that.
He called me a mudblood.
Call me a mudblood.
He did not.
Someone with non-magic parents. Someone like me.
The three of you have become such great actors. Being on that set, you felt like you actually entered the world.
Yeah.
Creating the
I
impossible.
was always adamant.
One of my favorite moments on set ever was the moment when all the floating candles started
Yeah.
burning through the ropes that tied them to the ceiling and just
Oh,
started
shit.
falling around the Great Hall.
Hundreds of real candles that were really lit on the fishing line from the ceiling.
So much of that would be visual effects now. The fact that we got to actually be on that set.
That's so cool.
Thank you, Stuart Craig.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
We love
awesome.
you, Stuart Craig.
I'm not going home.
Not really.
I got tears. I still get tears in my eyes thinking about it. I thought, this guy, this kid is an amazing actor. And it was that moment that kind of opened up the whole world for us. And the
Lovely and
welcome to Hogwarts
yeah.
until you get to the end of the movie.
And I melt a man's face.
Yes, exactly.
Quirrell.
The first film
Quirrell.
was a hit.
Yep.
So
Yep.
I had
Yeah.
a ball on the second film, The Chamber of Secrets. 'cause I
Ah,
was
dude,
like,
no doubt.
Free.
Ah, dude, the Weasley's house. I loved it when I was a kid. I'm like, I want to go there.
Frenetic energy.
Your
everyone played
sons
off each other.
drove that enchanted car of yours to Surrey back last night. That's what they said.
It's sort of powder. And,
Oh, that's
and then
so
there was
cool
and
to
then it got
see.
smaller.
Yeah, it was like a living, breathing set that changed. I feel like being a Weasley is the best part of being in Harry Potter. We had like our Hogwarts family, but I felt like so special having an actual extra family.
Yeah.
You know,
They would bounce off each other.
Dumbledore. No, you're here, Harry. Family.
I'm so glad they got Chris Columbus though to come back. Of all the directors, Chris Columbus, dude, made it happen.
Fun. Know all about Muggles. What
Exactly is the function of a rubber duck.
It's just very natural when we were all together. It was a family, you know.
Ah, getting chills.
But name.
Play nicely.
Play nicely. I can quote these movies, dude.
Lucius Malfoy. We meet at last.
I'm convinced I ended up playing Lucius because
Dude, he
I
played the
didn't want to.
perfect
I went to audition for Gilderoy
father
Lockhart,
figure for
and
Malfoy.
Chris said, that was great. Would you mind reading a different part? And of course, that's exactly what was necessary. And they asked me to play Lucius, and thank God they did.
How dare you?
The point of him being in the story to me was to
Dare.
explain why Drake.
Hello, Norbert.
If your dad is a psychopath wielding a cobra cane about, you're probably not going to be the friendliest geezer.
Tom, remember, slow, telling a tale. It's sinister, soft. Set and action.
It's a real treat.
I think Tom Felton's one of the more overlooked
Jason was not
performances
always
in
a
Harry
treat.
Potter.
I remember grabbing him and just being as unpleasant as I possibly could and watching his little face, constantly seeking my approval. And I went,
Don't touch anything, Draco.
but I didn't know how sharp the teeth were. And they went right into little Tom's
Ah.
hands. And he looked up at me and his eyes welled with tears. So sorry, I didn't realize how sharp they were and how heavy it was. And he went, no, it's all right, it's good for the scene.
He'd be this evil
right.
father, and they say cut,
That's an actor right there.
Cuddle and say, oh,
I remember saying to a friend, you know, I've got
Oh,
this
they got
part,
him.
it's
That's cool.
an elf in Harry Potter, and the squeals of joy and the complete despair at my not understanding how important this character was.
Swung my stick, and Chris goes, cut! Can we clean the floor where Jason slipped, please? What happened? And I said, I kicked Dobby down the stairs. I just thought, this is going to be ridiculously good fun.
And I've seen him as Hook too. He's really good as
The
Hook too.
sock is pathetic.
I didn't give you this.
I didn't.
Master has presented Dobby with
Dude,
clothes. Dobby.
This kind of scared me as a kid when he lost
One of the
his
major
shit.
themes is this alliance.
And it was this big red bird that doesn't exist
That does
in
not
life.
exist. It's not. It wasn't unrealistic. Like it could, I guess.
Richard came in and looked at the phoenix and said, wow, they train these animals marvelously these days.
Because they had a camera inside the eye, so they could see.
He
Richard
believed it was
looking
real.
At it, and then we don't want to break the spell, so we'll just keep the bird reacting and moving, and then that, of course, you know, got into a cycle where Richard was like, the bird is responding to me.
Fascinating creatures, phoenixes.
That's so
They can carry
wholesome.
immensely
That's so wholesome.
heavy loads and,
Richard Harris, best Dumbledore. Sorry, I love Michael
We never told him.
Gambon,
we never
but
told him.
No. First person I
Gary
remember
Oldman,
being, like,
dude.
in awe of when they came in was Gary.
Gary chat. Yeah, you were like, listen, Emma, you need to be cool because Gary Oldman, it's a really big deal, and you need to be cool. And I was like, okay.
Which was really a projection of my own fears, because I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Dan, you need to be cool. This guy's a big deal.
Generous.
Gary
as a
was
person,
huge at
but
the
also as
time.
an actor.
Yeah,
And
huge.
Immediately,
You could see in the way that Dan looked at Gary the adulation and the respect that he had for him.
All the stuff in the Shrieking Shack at the end, I feel like me, Rupert, and Emma were just like watching tennis in that scene, just being like, this is acting, guys. This is what we all need to be working towards. It can be intense. And you
Really, he
throw
looks
the other
like he
ones
could
in
play
that sometimes as
Dumbledore
well, and
now.
that was
Gary
really
Oldman.
important.
That's killing.
That's no offense, but 12 years of it in Azkaban.
In Azkaban!
Oh man.
You know, we only ever found out book.
Yeah, book.
I don't know whether you were, because
did
you
not.
were Harry Potter,
Just Rickman.
you had a...
Rickman did,
you-
that was it.
Rickman?
He had the inside line.
He worked that one.
He very, very early said to Joe, he was like, I think I need to know what happened.
I do know.
Alfonso
Oh yeah,
was
he knew
like,
the truth,
"Now
didn't he? Yeah,
teenagers,
Snape
I'm gonna treat you like
or
a
Alan
teenager."
Rickman.
Wanted to
But it's
get to
fitting.
know
He
us.
should be the guy
She
who
sets
should know,
this
you know?
Exercise. Of course, Emma writes like 12 pages, like beautifully written.
Rupert didn't deliver anything.
He didn't do it.
And I said, Rupert, where's your assignment? It says, well, I thought that Ron wouldn't do it.
That's true. That's true. He wouldn't.
I mean, luckily, Alfonso kind of saw that it was very in character for me not to have done it.
Rupert is Ron.
Amongst many things, what made it very special.
Yeah. It just feels like, you know,
Yeah.
being in these, you get to be a part of film history.
And so he dived on me and like just went like this.
The waist and trying to fling him about and so forth, and cracked a couple of ribs. And
Oh
so
my
it was in
gosh.
Absolute agony from then on. But of course, the wonderful thing was that I had made a complete twit of myself, and everybody felt much better for that.
You know when you shouldn't break a director's rib?
He did that to himself though. Director, that was on him.
Bring in two massive groups of new people, all of them are like purposefully hot.
Before we filmed it, there was this whole like dance routine planned.
We were like, do you know your steps? Eh? No, you know, the routine. Like, we've all been doing a routine for like the past 6 weeks or something like that.
They're kind of really the twins in real life too, aren't they? Messing with people, joking around.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. Stylish. Lucky man. Lucky man.
And someone said something along the lines of, yeah, she had a crush on you.
I used to come in every day and look for his number on the call sheet. It was number 7. And if his number was on the call sheet, it was an extra exciting day. You're like my little sister.
Became very protective over her. Getting used to the
Aw.
day.
I think really the truth
She's
of it
protective over
was
her.
Tom, nothing has ever happened romantically with us. We just
Oh,
love
okay.
each other. That's all I can say about that.
Sibling-like. Like he loves her like a little sister. That's respectable.
About this Harry Potter thing.
Ray
Voldemort,
Fiennes played
what's that?
What?
A phenomenal
You're being asked to
Voldemort.
play Voldemort? You've got to do it!
Yeah.
Look,
Actually, to be
I
honest with
wasn't
you, I
expecting
thought
that, and
I can't see anybody else playing him.
Rafe wanted to be ultimately evil and otherworldly, and the best way to do that was to take his nose off.
He does have a nose, spoiler alert, and he was covered in stickers, so he was slightly less intimidating.
I'm pretty
than
sure
on screen.
in the book though, didn't
Except
he have
when they
like
called
nostril?
action.
Like I can't.
And for some
It's been a
reason, I
long
was
time.
terrified of him.
Is to take the body and crash land.
Dude, the dad's reaction
at the end of the competition
kills me.
Cedric Diggory's father believes that his
It's
he
heartbreaking.
howls like a dog.
It's my boy! It's my boy!
Dude, his
Suddenly, something
reaction is
completely
just
unexpected and
a
serious
gut punch.
happens. And suddenly you
It's such a massive scene because it is also the first time Harry sort of feels that kind of death of somebody young close to him. That's a scene I remember really distinctly going like, oh, this is, yes, these are kids' films. My God, there's some
You know, there's a
talented
lot
stuff
of
in there.
reactions to kids dying in movies, but his might be my favorite. Like it was,
The
he didn't
moment of
care what he
Cedric
looked like. He
Diggory's
just
death
lost
is
it.
The moment when
Lost it.
The series.
It's so nice of you to let us do this in your house.
I know, it's so nice. Okay, now you can be Harry Potter.
Okay, thank you.
Oh my God, her to laugh.
You go down the
Yeah,
left.
and let's race, okay? On your mark, set, go.
There's like,
Storm coming
I didn't know they were that close, but no, that so far that's like the most, like they really love each other. Obviously, makes sense.
By the time we get to Order of the Phoenix, the world is becoming more political, and I felt we needed a director who could handle that in an entertaining way. David Yates works so well
Dolores.
with actors, really pushes them in all the right way.
Progress, for
Ah.
the sake of progress, must be discouraged.
The Queen of
David was
Karens,
just
right there.
Such a sweet, kind of gentle guy. I'm just very proud to be a part of something that means so much to so many.
We've got one thing that Voldemort doesn't have.
Love, friendship.
For Dan very vividly. It was on my screen test. Mistletoe. I remember him talking to me, and I kept forgetting that I have to talk back to him because I'm so used to watching him on a screen. So I would just kind of be like, and I kind of think that contributed to the whole Luna Lovegood vibe.
I think so too. I think so too.
Spacey.
Everyone on this set has known you for about 6 or 7 years and they watched you grow up. And they're now going to just watch you kiss. Cool, yeah.
Scared by my own reaction because I thought, wow.
Dude, when I first saw that scene, I for sure thought they killed Hagrid.
horrible
And if they had killed him, the one character I would have lost my shit. Like people saw it coming, but even then they were still shocked. You know, it's like, not him, not Dumbledore.
Please. Avada Kedavra.
That's when shit really got real. At that point, Hogwarts was over. When Dumbledore died, Hogwarts is done.
He was this devilish 11-year-old trapped in a 70-plus-year-old man's body.
Will you give us another 12, please?
He was like
Richard
the perfect
Griffith
Dumbledore.
was just
very, very old one day saying like, I knew that absolute legend.
I know I ought not to be here.
Oh, I didn't know she passed away. 2021. Wow, I had no idea.
Helen McCrory played my wife. I said, I think I
Damn.
just met the best actress I've ever seen in my life.
She had this ability, yeah, just to sort of just show such empathy in our eyes. It was a real treat to work with her.
Alan was a very dear friend. And we had that final scene, his final scene. I was a little intimidated by him, his precision, his expert delivery of lines.
In here.
That's so cool. Marauder's map.
Where it was like us running through the forest.
We were racing through the woods, trying not to be caught by the snatchers.
Being incredibly competitive,
Ridiculously competitive,
about who
yeah.
was gonna run faster.
For me, running is a stunt. Walking is a stunt.
Running is a stunt. It was a good moment. And plus, in the Chamber of Secrets is
I have ever had to do. It just felt wrong. So wrong on every level because Dan, Rupert, and I are so much siblings.
Yeah.
How I really felt about it all coming to an end.
Yeah.
I'm about to cry, and I'm not even a part of the movies.
And
I saw it in
really
theaters, by the way.
Something earthier and more intense and more visceral than that.
We were shooting in cold months and the skies were grey. My forearm got so tight because this thing that's running current in you that you had to push it back at him.
It was resonate, it has to deliver.
Yep. David Yates might be the second most important director in Harry Potter, next to Christopher Columbus, because he directed 4 of the movies. I think he wrapped up Harry Potter perfectly. I think if it were to end right here, perfect.
Ron was my favourite character, so it was so cool being him in the film.
It's almost like we did the most extreme form of method acting.
I couldn't imagine spending most of your life playing a character and then all of a sudden having to stop being that person.
It's a strong bond that we'll always have, and we will always be part of each other's life.
Well, I tried not to cry, but I'm failing. I am failing.
I love you. As a friend.
Just to be clear.
And for the people who'd supported them and had been there for them throughout. Everybody who'd seen them grow up.
Yep. You're done with Harry Potter. That's pretty much what they're getting told.
Time we'd allowed ourselves to even process or realize we'd done it. We'd made it through.
It's so ingrained in me as well. Like, I measure my life with these movies. Someone says like, "Oh, when did you pass your driving test?"
Shit, dude.
Phoenix.
So,
I wasn't even there, man.
when
I'm
I
still
meet
connected,
people
you know?
who it's a really important part of their life, or the books or the films were in some way like a part of their identity.
Yeah, man,
It just
absolutely.
makes you really proud.
Just imagine being told that,
The
like that.
legacy of the movies is that my children's generation will show them to their children. So you could be watching it in 50 years' time. Easy. I'll not be here, sadly, but... Don't you think on it for 1 minute.
But you will be here.
But Hagrid will.
You know? Hagrid will, but
back at it
Hagrid's
now,
you too, so.
Just really
You will
fond
be here.
memories. I think about it a lot. It was a great time. It really was. It was amazing.
Are foundational to who I am. As a person and an actor, I feel so lucky to be where I am and to have the life that I have and be able to work with the people I work with now. But none of it is possible without this. It was a very good 10 years.
You're alright, man. You can cry. 10 years of your life.
After all this time. Always.
What a good note to end that on, with Severus Snape being what I think possibly is the best written character in all of Harry Potter. I loved it. I loved it. As someone who grew up with the movies, you guys did phenomenal.
Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're going to be doing a a reaction. Oh, wow, I can't hear myself. Today we're going to be doing a reaction to. Perfect. Okay, cool. I just wanted to make sure that my mic was like not flubbing up as usual. Scoot that. I'm sorry about that. I'm terrible at this. Crap. I really haven't done this in a while. Oh my gosh, my camera's terrible. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, I think we're better. Jordan's gonna, like, flay me for this.